Coming up today on This Is True Really News.
Hang on, don't start yet.
Okay.
Otherwise, I keep...
Oh, I'm sorry. You got to take some of your...
You get way behind on my pill taking.
This timed medication thing.
I feel bad for old people that never had to take pills as kids. It must be a weird...
You've been doing it all your life. It's no big deal.
I have to take these every day? Please.
Yeah, right?
Hold my beer while I get my pills out so I can take them.
I've done that. I've taken my pills with beer.
Yeah.
And my wife looks at me like, you sure? It's mostly water.
And I'm not taking, like, Vicodin.
Right.
Often.
Although I can tell you that when you are taking that and you have a couple of cocktails, the experience is enhanced. So good, I could walk back to the hotel where we were staying in DC from a restaurant, get lost in the midst of DC, end up in somebody's backyard, and then finally hail a cab on the street that was kind enough to pick us up and take us.
I now understand why Ann doesn't let you go anywhere.
That was a hoot.
She should have a tracking advice implanted.
Anyway, coming up today on This Is True Really News, a UFO expert spouts off.
A UFO what?
A UFO expert spouts off.
So it'd be a UFX expert.
UFO expert.
That's it. An expert.
Expert, yes.
Hey, now there's a name for a kid. My son, Expert. What do you call him for short? Kid.
Pert. So, if you like that kind of crap, then please like, subscribe, follow. This Is True Really News. If you like what you see, comment on it. If you don't like what you see, comment on it. But be aware, trolls.
Actually, if you haven't watched it,
tolerated.
If you haven't ever watched it or listened, then comment on it.
Yeah. Watch or listen, then comment.
No, don't do that. Just comment.
Just comment before you watch or listen.
Sure.
And if you're a troll, better.
We like trolls. We feed trolls.
Oh God, do we ever?
We're not that bright. We feed trolls.
And they feed us. That's the worst part.
Did you tell them to send stuff too?
Yeah. Oh no, send stuff to send stories you think we could wreck to TITR@netradio.network.
Yep. Or you can send anything, of real value to me. Wow, and this is just the introduction to the show. That's scary.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I do.
It's early in the week.
Is it?
Maybe.
I get lost in all these days.
Me too.
This is True Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
Counting nose hairs in cadavers. Repurposing dead spiders. Hang on. Explaining why scientists lick rocks. Any idea where we're going here? These are among the winning achievements in this year's IgNobels.
Oh, I love it.
The prize for humorous, if not real, scientific feats. Actually, I think some of them are real. I just never know which ones.
Well, they sound more reasonable than some of the crap these guys come up with.
They sound better than most of the stuff that actually gets Nobels.
Yeah, right.
The 33rd annual prize ceremony was pre-recorded online as it has been since the COVID pandemic.
Dum dum dum.
I miss the live stuff at Harvard. It's one of the few things that Harvard does that's still fun and viable.
Yeah.
10 spoof prizes were awarded to the teams and individuals around the globe. Among the winners, Jan Zalasevich of Poland.
Zalasevich?
Okay, sure. Zalasevich.
Zalasevich.
It's S-I-E. Yeah, Zalasevich.
Yeah.
Who earned the Chemistry and Geology Prize for explaining why many scientists like to lick rocks. He wrote that licking the rock, of course, is part of the geologists and paleontologists' armory of tried and true tested techniques used to help survive in the field. Wetting the surface allows fossils and mineral textures to stand out sharply rather than being lost in the blur of intersecting microreflections and microrefractions that come out of a dry surface. Wow, that is very geologist.
It has just enough gobbledygook in it.
Yep. A team of scientists from India, China, Malaysia, and the U.S. took the Mechanical Engineering Prize for its study of repurposing dead spiders to be used in grippy tools.
What?
Oh, here we go. This was from.
I swear to God, if they try to sell me a spider as a hand tool over at Lowe's, I'm never coming back.
This is from the July 22nd, or the July 2022 edition of Advanced Science.
Okay.
The useful properties of biotic materials refined by nature over time eliminate the need to artificially engineer these materials, exemplified by our early ancestors wearing animal hides as clothing and constructing tools from bones. We propose leveraging biotic materials as ready-to-use robotic components in this work due to their ease of procurement and implementation, focusing on using a spider in particular as a useful example of a gripper for robotics applications.
I've actually seen somebody do this. I've actually seen a scientist use a dead spider as
the
a
sad
gripper.
part is if you just read these, they sound like, yeah, it could be. We have lost that sense of whimsy or just been overwhelmed by it. Other winning teams were lauded for studying the impact of teacher boredom on student boredom. The effect of anchovies, hang on. The effect of anchovies' sexual activity on ocean water mixing. How electrified chopsticks and drinking straws can change how food tastes.
That's true. I've seen them do that. If
Electrified chopsticks.
Yeah.
As in they're not electrified to do them, they're just electrified.
They're electrified.
So you're picking up food with something electrified.
And it's zapping you a little bit. I've actually seen a tool like that, but it's a dumb idea. I mean,
and it have to be a tool to come up with that idea, wouldn't you? The event is produced by the magazine The Annals of Improbable Research.
I think you mispronounced the first word.
Nope, but I could have. And sponsored by the Harvard Radcliffe Science Fiction Association and the Harvard Radcliffe Society of Physics Students. Proof that most, but not all scientists have not lost their sense of humor.
Love it. This from Ronnie Tucker and a couple other people. Really appreciate it, man. UFO expert Jamie Mousen stood with scientists as he unveiled two bodies in front of the Mexican Congress. The corpses, pictured with three-fingered hands, no teeth, and stereoscopic vision, were alleged to be more than 1,000 years old. Researchers claimed they were found in Cusco, Peru. They said the bodies were not part of our terrestrial evolution, with 30% of their genetics still unknown, according to Mexican researchers. Speaking under oath, if not under his breath, Mr. what's his name? Mousen. Yeah.
That guy.
That's right. These specimens are not part of our terrestrial evolution. These aren't beings that were found after a UFO wreckage. Well, how can they not be a part of our terrestrial evolution if they didn't come crashing down in a UFO? They were found in algae mines and were later fossilized.
Ooh, that's hurt. That's
whether they are aliens or not, we don't know. Whether they're aliens or not, he just said they're not part of our terrestrial evolution. Now he's saying we don't know. But they were intelligent and they lived with us. Well,
how bright could they be? They came here.
Yeah. They should rewrite history. They can't. They're dead. Mr. Mousen said the bodies had been examined by scientists at the Autonomous National University of Mexico, UNAM, who were able to draw DNA evidence using radiocarbon dating, and apparently you can do that. I looked it up. The bodies appeared to be mostly in the shape of a human, but had retractable necks and long skulls, showing characteristics more typical of birds. Frankly, they look an awful lot like E.T., if you know that movie. And you remember his retractable neck, the head would go up and down. X-rays of the bodies
with a little light bulb on it.
Yep. The X-rays of the bodies were also shown during the hearing, with experts saying one of the bodies is seen to have eggs inside.
See, there's a lot of seems to, may have, could.
Well,
there's a lot of that whenever these reports come out.
Because of this, I sent off our This Is True Really crack investigative team.
We have one?
Yeah, they were attempting to view the bottoms of the specimen's feet to see if Made in USA happened to appear there. Mr. Mousen was asked if the Earth was shaped like a corn dog. He did not respond.
And the bottom of the feet actually had Made in China, but we don't know why.
Yeah, it was in Chinese. How would we know?
Nita Jokinitz was alerted on April 26th by a fellow citizen in Old Bridge, New Jersey, about a rather odd deposit near a stream according to NewJersey.com. Wow, the state's got its own website.
Huh?
When Yachniewicz and let's just go with Nina. When Nina investigated, she found 500 pounds of
Titanium.
cooked pasta.
We've done this story.
Oh,
I'm so
the
sorry.
spaghetti, the ziti, the elbow macaroni.
Well, if they're going into that, they didn't go into it on the last time.
Oh, okay. Posted photos on Facebook.
Don't remember that.
Okay,
I just remember it was cooked.
it was. Posted photos on Facebook, alerted the town administrator, public works department. 2 days later, the Carby mess was cleaned up. She pointedly remarked, "The Old Bridge is the only town in the county without bulk garbage pickup."
Okay.
Days later, the mystery of the pasta's origin was solved. A man moving out of his mom's house. Yeah.
500 pounds of it?
A man moving out of his mom's home after her death discovered a stockpile of dried noodles and apparently just dumped them.
See, we didn't have the end of the story the last time, so this is a great update.
A weekend's worth of heavy rains softened the pasta, making it look as if it had been cooked. Old Bridge's mayor declared no harm, no foul, and the few stray noodles left on the ground are the only sign of the recent pasta caper. And I'm guessing they won't be there long, because I'm pretty sure even if you're called Old Bridge, you still got brand new, like, scavengers.
And they'll do just fine.
Raccoons beware.
Little odd history for you. You remember Indira Gandhi?
I do.
She was the first woman prime minister of India.
And only the third, I think, ever.
Second, I think.
Oh, yeah, behind Nehru. I think you're right.
Wait, you're probably right. But they're saying she succeeded her father. I think that's wrong. She succeeded Nehru.
I thought.
Nehru followed Mahatma.
Yeah, but I don't think Mahatma was ever referred to as the Lord High Mucky Muck.
For prime minister? Maybe not.
Yeah.
So maybe she was second to Nehru.
I could just Google this, but I don't want to.
Yeah, neither do I. She was in office from 66 to 1977 as the first woman in India's history to do so.
Yep.
Switzerland, in the meantime, did not even give women the right to vote until 1971.
Those Swiss.
What the heck?
Well, they were too busy making chocolate for the other women.
And that cheese with the holes in it. It's almost surreal to think about this. I mean, given how long it's been since the start of the suffrage movement, right?
1800s?
Yeah. And, women got the right to vote here much longer ago than they did in Switzerland.
Right? 1920s? 30s, something like that?
Yeah, I'd be hard-pressed to say. It wasn't a landmark for me because I wasn't alive. As long as I've been alive, women have been able to vote. So
I could Google that too, but
it's just an odd juxtaposition, isn't it?
I know.
First woman prime minister.
Isn't Switzerland where everyone goes to, make sure they're not arrested, and they send all their money there because.
Yeah. But the women couldn't vote till, 1971.
Well, you don't want to rush into those things.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.